Okay, hopefully that's started recording.
I think it has, yeah. Hi, everyone. This is a webinar to talk through the Liverpool City Region Freeport Academy. My name is John Guest. I'm an Associate Director at an organisation called Amion. We are an economic development consultancy that focuses on business cases, policy, research and evaluation. And I'm joined by my colleague, Molly Wedderburn, and we'll be running you through the slides today. Next slide, please. I've talked you through an overview of who Amion are, but we will talk through what is a Freeport. We'll run through why skills and an academy is something that is aligned to a Freeport, and then we'll also outline where the LCR Freeport Academy is going. Next slide, please. So Amion have been employed by City of Liverpool College, along with all of the other colleges across Liverpool City region, to undertake a development of a Freeport Academy. It's a sort of there's an element of pilot development around curriculum areas, but there's also a development of an offer and that development of the Freeport Academy. Next slide, please. As we're going through our work, we're undertaking a series of desk research activities. So that's looking at labour market information. But we're also consulting with businesses in key sectors, given the nature of the Freeport and its geographic proximity to the Mersey. Clearly, Peel ports are of importance, but also the chambers of commerce across the city region are supporting us in engaging with businesses in key sectors. We're also particularly focused on logistics providers, given the nature of Freeports, which I will outline in a minute. We're also undertaking consultation with the Combined Authority and other strategic bodies. Next slide, please. So what is an LCR Freeport? Well, Freeports are a policy initiative by the UK government. There are several of them across the country. More of them are perhaps even planned within the spring budget, but currently the number is 8, and these Freeports are designated areas within a geography, so within Liverpool City region, where different regulations apply. They're aimed at stimulating economic growth, looking at employment opportunities, and they're looking at bringing together different stakeholders together and looking at how they can incorporate models and incentives for businesses, including tax reliefs, customs facilitation, planning, innovation, trade, but also skills promotion. And businesses within those Freeport areas can benefit from those incentives, allowing them to invest in other areas or see sort of a relief in their tax burden. There are a series of custom measures that are being explored around the Liverpool City region Freeport, and some of the documentation is outlining where these will be allowing sort of simplification of payment and import information going forward. Next slide, please, Molly. So the LCR Freeport is allowing a supportive planning environment, allowing access to innovation support networks, looking at seed funding for businesses and to support infrastructure development, and looking at targeted support around trade and investment. And this is really to support the local economy of Liverpool City region, to stimulate economic growth, and to focus upon key sectors of the future, which will unlock growth. The opportunity is huge. So we're looking just under £1 billion of inward investment that's expected, and this will regenerate several areas across Liverpool City region and strengthen the business base. We're also looking at around 14,000 additional jobs being created, so additional jobs on top of other jobs that will be created through the Freeport mechanism, and these will provide opportunities for local people, supply chain opportunities, and a market also for training providers. Molly, next slide, please. Thank you. This is a map that's been pulled together by the University of Liverpool, which highlights where the Freeport sites are. So the Freeport is not just one site, but it includes several sites across the city region, which include customs sites, but also tax and customs sites. And as you can see, the Freeport extends across the city region. Next slide, please. And skills are really important for Freeports. Within the context of our skills system, a Freeport is looking to stimulate demand for skills. So we're looking for increased economic activity. And what a Freeport Academy is looking to do is to meet that demand for skills and support that. In a functioning skills system, you have economic growth, you have well-paid jobs, and you have opportunities. And so a Freeport Academy is looking to respond to supply and demand. More broadly, though, a Freeport will enhance the skills of the current workforce. It will continue to attract investment, so it will be a model that other inward investors will see as being attractive, and will see that investment can be facilitated through that. There'll be a promotion of innovation, and there'll be a supporting of sustainability and inclusion, and this will also foster collaboration. Molly, can I hand over to you to talk us through some of the existing models?
Yeah, thanks. So we've looked into 3 of the existing Freeport Academy models. The first we're going to look at is the Teeswork Skills Academy. So this was opened in June 2022 with specialisms around manufacturing, engineering, and, as you can see, the offshore industries. So the education links of the Teeswork Skills Academy include the universities listed alongside a variety of the local colleges, independent training providers. So the branding of the Teeswork Skills Academy is stay local, go far, and with big emphasis on offering opportunities to locals and the new workforce. So the delivery is a centralised hub at the site entrance. It consists of 3 meeting rooms and 2 classrooms and can facilitate between 20 and 30 people. So this acts as a one-stop shop. Conversations between investors and training providers are facilitated by an academy manager. And ultimately, opportunities are conversed between him. We then look at the Manchester Green Skills Academy. So this was opened on the 25th of January 2023. So the specialisms here you can see are listed. And the branding of the Manchester Green Skills Academy is Educate to Innovate. So the facilities include work booths, which house green technologies, a low energy smart home with the latest home energy technologies. This acts as a demonstration house, so for usage of practical technology skills. EV charging points and on-site meeting and training, which consist of 2 classrooms, a boardroom, a conference room, and informal student space with the capacity to train around 100 learners per day. So this is a one-stop campus for individuals. We then look at the Mayoral Green Skills Academy. So this is one of multiple skills academies across London. This opened in January of 2022 with specialisms also listed. The education links, or as they're called, hub leads for the Green Academy, include London South Bank University, Capital City College Group, and the West London College Group. So the branding of the Mayoral Skills Academy is the Mayor's Skills Academy's quality mark. So this is the quality mark that recognises the high quality skills training providers across London. So the delivery of this is slightly different. The Mayor's awarded funding to these education hubs who lead the establishment and delivery of the programme. So each hub brings together employers, education and training providers and sector bodies to develop career pathways, provide a coordinated offer of training and work experience and guidance. So we've just seen the three different types of skilled academies. If we look further afield, a report from New Civil Engineer listed the lessons from international freeports. And relating to skills, there's high emphasis on a highly qualified labour market. And an example of this is Lodz in Poland. So the Lodz Special Economic Zone have great strengths in their training provision and their education links. So they have partnerships with 8 universities and this consists of around 145,000 students. Their strengths are in the technical subjects, and as a result of this partnership with 8 different universities, the Special Economic Zone has diversified through the university specialisms, and as a result have attracted a large variety of investors. So in 2017, the management board signed their support regarding vocational training. So this placed emphasis on cooperation with companies in the economic vicinity of schools and other colleges, and is an essential element of this support. So they're ensuring that the process of learning a profession, learning skills, takes place in real conditions with the support of experts. So the zone is also the coordinator of the Lodz Educational Cluster, and they fund scholarships. So their objectives are to build a positive image of vocational training and ensure accessibility and cooperation to these pathways. So investors have access, as it said before, to a large pool of talent, and therefore they have the opportunities to share their own knowledge and inspire the younger generations. So it's a real collaborative way of working and a training approach in the Lodz Special Economic Zone. Back to you, John.
Thanks, Molly. Seamless. We thank you for providing that overview, and I think what that provides is a good context in that free ports can mean very different things to different people, and there are very different models of free ports and also the skills responses to those. So what we've been working on developing is a skills plan for a Liverpool City Region Freeport Academy. This piece of work will I've been characterizing as a proactive and reactive response to the Freeport. So it's proactive in that work is underway on the Freeport, but meeting the demand of employers will continue to be an ongoing activity. And it's proactive because the work is starting. So colleges are looking at how they can work together on curriculum development, and ourselves looking at what that model could look like around development of curriculum, but also the proposition around a Freeport Academy. We are focusing initially on 3 sectors. These are 3 sectors that really sort of cut across the Liverpool City region economy. So logistics, port and maritime, and professional and administrative services. Those sectors align very well with the Freeport sectors, the sectors of interest for the Combined Authority, and also the Local Skills Improvement Plan. And the proposed Freeport Academy will signpost and coordinate training across new and existing businesses in the Liverpool City region in relation to the Freeport. It will aim to fill skills gaps, support individuals on their career pathways, and also play a role in attracting inward investment over time. Next slide, please. The piece of work that we're doing around a Freeport Academy has several modules to it. So one element is we're looking at curriculum planning between colleges and independent training providers to understand how they can respond quicker to opportunities. So from an inward investor, for example, coming forward and saying we would like to put some of our staff on a certain course, how can independent training providers and colleges work closely to meet that need? How can there be a brokerage system really around looking at demand and meeting that with some of the education skills and training that is on offer from existing providers? As we've mentioned, the Freeport Academy is likely to have an inward investment angle to it, and we are working with local stakeholders to work out how that role can be operationalized. Going forward, it is likely that there will be an individual or Freeport Academy at the table when inward investment inquiries come forward, and certain information will be available on the web and also to inward investors. Careers has become an important topic throughout our work. So we're aware that learners are interested in understanding more about future careers in the Freeport Academy. We're also interested that those that want to undertake further development of their own skill set can look at what careers are available in the Freeport Academy. And education and training providers have also noted that careers is really important, so people have a real modern understanding of what a Freeport is. I think to some there can be sort of certain assumptions related to a Freeport, and a careers program can help dissuade people from continuing to have those assumptions around certain careers in Freeport related sectors. We're also looking at a governance model around a Freeport Academy. So who would play a role in that? Clearly businesses, local stakeholders, including colleges and education and training providers, universities, as well as some of the public institutions. So thinking about the city and local councils, as well as the combined authority, and the role that they need to play in shaping the Freeport Academy. We've had discussions so far about whether a Freeport Academy requires a physical asset base. Given the extent of it, that would be quite challenging to provide sort of a site at each Freeport location. But there has been a model that we've seen in other areas whereby assets have been used to provide long-term sustainability for a Freeport Academy, but also provide additional capacity for education and training providers to deliver certain courses in an area. The Freeport Academy will also play a role around corporate social responsibility. There will be a keen link in trying to connect local people with some of the jobs that are being created, and there will also be a link to how businesses and their practices can benefit from utilising the Freeport Academy model. And going forward, there's always a focus upon net zero, and some of the skills and training and competencies that will be developed through the Freeport Academy can help develop net zero ambitions and support people in widening their skill set and their skills base. And these modules or areas are forming part of our thinking around the emerging Freeport Academy model. It's at this stage we just wanted to sort of say that the work is ongoing. We are delighted to hear from individuals who are interested in how the Freeport Academy is shaping up, and we'd really welcome questions or comments or inputs on this, and also again any sort of further signposting to existing models that are in development, perhaps in the UK or abroad, or other work that's ongoing that you think is relevant. So we've left our contact details there, and we'd be really welcome to hear further information. Thank you very much.